So polysaccharide, complex polysaccharide, it is chitin, and these are homopolymer of N-acetyl galactosamine. And now average composition of cells, now component is water, so percentage of the total cellular mass, it is 70 to 90%, that is water. Now proteins 10 to 15%, carbohydrate it is 3%, lipids it is 2%, nucleic acid it is 5 to 7%, ions it is 1%. Now that's it. Now some proteins and their function. So first one is the protein collagen, that is function intercellular ground substance. Now protein trypsin, function is enzyme. Now protein insulin, peptide bond, that is function is hormone. Now protein antibody, it is fights infectious agents. Now receptor protein, sensory reception, smell, taste and hormone. And glut4, that is function, that is enable glucose transport into the cells. Now that's it. Now some secondary metabolites, like there are some primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. Now primary metabolites, they have the identifiable functions directly into the physiological processes. Now secondary metabolites, they do not have kind of functions right directly. Now some secondary, now these metabolites are pigments. So carotenoids, anthocyanin. Now carotenoids, these are soluble pigments. Now alkaloids, morphine, now codeine. Now terpenoids like monoterpins, diterpenes and essential oils like lemongrass oil. Now toxins, there is the urbine and resin lectins like concanavalin A. Now drugs, vinblastine, curcumin, right. Now polymeric substance like rubber, gums and cellulose. Like biomicromolecules and biomacromolecules. Biomacromolecules includes like proteins, nucleic acids and I think polysaccharides. And in biomicromolecules, like and also lipids, which is strictly not biomacromolecules, okay, because they are biomacromolecules, because they consider biomacromolecules because they form the vesicles, which is present in retented form, that is not insoluble, that is insoluble. So this is why. But they are not strictly biomacromolecules. In here it's written like lipids are not strictly macromolecules, biomacromolecules. Now in biomicromolecules, there are thousands of biomicromolecules, in which like amino acids, like nucleotides, right. Nucleotides and amino acids, and then monosaccharide, disaccharide. So that's it. now now see this table, like lipids. Now lipids are like, they are fatty acids and glycerol. Now lipids are water insoluble. So you see, lipids can be like lipids, like now you see like so fatty acids, they have carboxyl group and R group. Now R can be like methyl ethyl. So example arachnoid, it is 20 carbon, palmitic it is 60 carbon, including the carbon, carboxyl carbon, right. Now fatty acids can be saturated, unsaturated. So saturated having single bonds, unsaturated having double bonds, like more than more than one or more double bonds, right. That's it. Like now lipids can be like lipids can be esterified, like glycerol plus fatty acids. Now they form the monoglycerides, diglyceride, triglycerides. Now these are fats and oils. So gingerly oil have lower melting point, right. Now phospholipid, they have the phospholipid, main cell membrane component. And that's it. Glycerol, it is a trihydroxypropane, right. That has three alcoholic group. Now there are nitrogenous bases like adenine, guanine. These are like purines. They are substituted purines and substituted pyrimidines, that is cytosine, cytosine, uracil and thymine. Thymine present in DNA and uracil present in RNA. That's it. Then they from nucleosides, nucleotides. Nucleosides, what are nucleosides? They are like sugar and nitrogen base. So nucleosides, nucleotides, uh, along with them phosphate group. That's it. 3 dash to 5 dash, they form the phosphodiester bond, that forms a dinucleotide. Nucleoside like has N-acetyl galactosides, this is a bond. And what about okay, and phosphoester bond between phosphate and sugar, like nucleoside, the phosphoester. So complete nucleic acid has like hydrogen bond, phosphodiester bond, phosphoester bond, and what like maybe van der Waal also. And fifth one is like phosphoester bond, right. So these are like See in the diagram, like adenine has two cyclic rings, and you see, and uracil, this is the pyrimidine, you see one heterocyclic ring, two heterocyclic ring in adenine purine. Okay, there is like the neutral amino acid. Which one is the neutral? So neutral is valine and lysine is the basic, and tyrosine, phenylalanine, and tryptophan, these are aromatic amino acids. Now deuterionic form, they have plus and negative both charges. Okay, now these are the substituted methanes, amino acids. They are alpha amino acids having carboxyl group, amino group, and a hydrogen group, and variable R group. Glycine has two hydrogen, right? It is simple amino acid. And now another thing, water is the most abundant element in the human body. You see, adenine and guanine are substituted purines, while rest are substituted pyrimidines. And the ribose, it is deoxyribose in DNA, and it is ribose in RNA. So deoxyribonucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. Okay. Now proteins like primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. Quaternary example, hemoglobin has two similar types of subunits like 2 alpha, 2 beta. Okay. And architecture tells quaternary structure and tertiary structure. They have the woolen ball, and they have the active sites. They have hydrogen bond, disulfide bond. Also van der Waal also present, kind of force. And secondary have alpha helix and a beta plated sheath. Now that's it. So this is it, like. And primary structure, it is just a simple line, right? It has n terminal, that is first amino acid, second terminal, last amino acid like C terminal. That's it. So primary structure tells position of the amino acid. That's it.